Hello, welcome back. Today is Thursday, February 18th. Hopefully this video finds you in good health. Here we go. For self-start, we have to solve and graph these inequalities. We're going to solve them just like we do an equation. We draw our fence. What we do to one side, we do to the other. So we're getting rid of the term without a variable first. That's going to leave me a 3h on this side and a 9 on this side. Remember, we are not saying equals anymore. These are inequalities, so we're going to say less than or equal to, which is the sign we have up here. We're going to divide both sides by a 3, and we're going to get h is less than or equal to 3. So when I graph it on a number line, I'm going to put my 3 right here. I'm going to do the number before it and the number after it to kind of help me out. I'm going to first off look at the inequality sign and determine if I'm going to use an open circle or a closed circle. Because it's equal to, because of that line underneath, that means a closed circle. So we're going to use a closed circle right here at 3. And we're looking for numbers less than 3. So I have to think to myself, is 2 less than 3 or is 4 less than 3? Well, hopefully you know that 2 is less than 3, so my graph is going to go this way. For the second one, we're going to do the same thing. Draw our fence. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other side. That's going to give me a 4w is greater than a negative 25 minus 7 is going to give me a negative 32. We're then going to divide both sides by 4. And we get w is greater than a negative 8. When we graph it, I'm going to put my negative 8. We're going to do the number before it, the number after it. I'm going to look to see, am I going to use an open circle or closed circle? Well, I don't see it being equal to. I don't see a line underneath it. So we're going to use an open circle. And we're looking for numbers that are greater than negative 8. Now, this tends to confuse some people. Greater than side of a number line goes this direction. Because when I start getting into the positives, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it starts increasing. So that's a good way to think of it. So that would be my answer. Here are your Chuck Norris thoughts for the day. As far as information goes, you now have 1 day left to get in any late or missing work. It is due by 3 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you get it turned in by 3 p.m. on Friday if you want any sort of credit for it. So don't procrastinate any longer. You're also, if you're not able to be here to turn in late work, you're also able to email me your work. As long as I get the email before 3 p.m. tomorrow, I'll accept that as well. Tomorrow is also going to be your first feedback on inequalities. You need to make sure you know how to graph an inequality, how to solve and graph a two-step inequality, which is what your self-start was today, how to create an inequality from a graph, and how to substitute a value into an inequality. We're going to do that a little bit later today. So we've done our self-start. Those people that are here in class will be doing a scavenger hunt to practice inequalities. Those of you at home, I found it too difficult to try to upload the scavenger hunt. So don't worry too much about it, but focus on substituting values. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to skip that. So if you're given a problem that looks like this, if m is equal to 7, would it make it true or false? So I'm given this inequality, 10m plus 90 is greater than 140. So if that m equals 7, is that going to be true? Well, there's two ways to determine if it's true or false. First off, you could solve it. So I'm going to solve it. I'm going to subtract 90 from both sides after drawing my fence. Bring down my 10m. This should be a 10. It's greater than 140 minus 90 is 50. I'm going to divide both sides by 10. And I get m is greater than 5. So you could then substitute 7 in for m. So instead of saying m is greater than 5, plug in 7. So is 7 really greater than 5? Well, yes it is. 7 is greater than 5. So the answer to that question would be it's a true statement. Or you're also welcome to just plug it in. So 10m plus 90 is greater than 140. We're just going to plug 7 in for m. So we're going to say 10 times 7, which is 70, plus 90 is greater than 140. So when I combine those, I get 160. So is 160 greater than 140? Again, the answer is yes, it is. So those are two ways to check to see if a value will work into the inequality. So we're going to practice that on the next couple of problems. So if x is equal to 10, would it make it true or false? Well, if I go ahead and solve it, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I'm going to get 8x is less than or equal to 24. I'm going to divide both sides by 8. And I get x is less than or equal to 3. So if I plug in 10 for x, I have to think, is 10 less than or equal to 3? The answer to that would be no, it's not. 10 is not less than 3 or equal to 3. So that would be a false statement. If you were to just plug it in to initial, you would say 8 times 10 minus 3 less than or equal to 21. That would give me 80 minus 3. And that would be 77. So is 77 less than or equal to 21? Whoa, that's absolutely no way true. So that's another way you could have done it. How about this one? If x is equal to negative 2, would it make it true or false? Well, I'm going to solve it and subtract 24. So I'm going to bring down my 3x on the side is greater than 36 minus 24 is 12. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And I end up with x is greater than 4. So let's plug in negative 2. Is negative 2 greater than 4? Yeah, I don't think so. So that is a false statement. That cannot happen. So there you go. That's how you substitute values for inequalities. You will need to know how to do that for your feedback tomorrow. So those people at home, if we don't see you back tomorrow in class to do the feedback, we'll just have you do it when you do get back. If you have any questions, contact your teacher or email to Canvas or whatever. And hopefully we see you back soon. Have a great day, guys.